It's getting real difficult to ignore the potential that that specific F-150 platform is capable of. What's going on, everybody? Fresh out of jail. Alex here with Talking Shit episode Who the Fuck Knows? It's December 8th, 2020. We got a lot to talk about. No quema. We got a lot to talk about. A lot of shit went down last week. Yeah, if you guys are into the channel, you saw what had happened. But let's make sure we go in order. Real quick, shout out to Manuel Gomez. My God, the guy keeps every week he does something. Brings out a truck to Dallas somewhere. Ended up running an 865. That truck runs an 865 quicker. Is it faster? Is it faster? Yes, and faster than the Fairmont. Woo-wee. It does have a Whipple Gen 5 built motor. Midnight Performance built trans, two-wheel drive. Super bad ass shit. And if you don't think it's super badass shit, something is absolutely wrong with you. So, congrats to Manuel Gomez, and shout out to Streetcar Video, Mr. Vargas, always providing me with some badass content to use for intros for the show. I really, really appreciate everything he does for the channel. Not only does it promote his stuff, our stuff, Lund Racing stuff, promotes Manuel's shit, and every week he's doing something. You almost got to keep doing something every week, Manuel. You got to break a record every week. Now, for everyone that saw the video of me getting pulled over, let's talk about that. So, Friday, I go to Palm Beach International Raceway and on a street night, which I don't like because you get every BMW dickhead, you get every Camaro asshole, you get the Burbo Tune Mustang guys out there, and you know, they roll through the water box, they do the burnout in the water box, but look, everyone's got to start somewhere. I totally get it. So now we end up going up there. Actually, I went by myself, but thank God Jeremiah Camp went there, got some video from me. I appreciate it. Jeremiah Camp was out there, and I met a couple of guys, older guys that are into my shit. And I'm like, wow, you guys are into my channel. He's like, yeah, I love your channel. I love everything you do. It's great. I appreciate it. And they had a bunch of tuning questions, so it went well. So I go out there, bust off an 11.7. I'm sorry, an 11.50. Or was it 11.4? It was 11.50 or 11.4 first pass with a 1.6 60 foot. Then I stalled it up to 3,100, went 11.30. But then the next pass, the car spun, the track went away, and I only got 3 runs in 4.5 hours. No thank you. I'm good with that. Screw all that shit. So on the way back, I'm driving. I'm like, man, it's colder out here than at the track. I put my hand out and I'm like, it feels cooler. And the tires had a bunch of leftover glue from the track. So I said, maybe I can make a hit at my bridge, you know? So I go out there, do a big soupy burnout, set up on the bridge, leave at 2,200 RPMs, and it's stuck. It went, whoa! And I was like, wow, here we go. And I'm on it. And it runs an 11.3 again on the draggy at a $122. And as I let off, what do I see in my left hand side? Four cop cars literally speed trapping dudes after the track. And I'm like, I am fucking dead. Not only was I going, I'm not going to say how fast they clocked me at, because again, there's a follow-up to everything that happened. I'm not going to admit to what I was going, but I did admit to the cop, and the cop pulled up to, and that's how you handle it, guys. A lot of people were like, oh man, them cops are hating. Actually, no, fucker. I was flying. They pulled me over. They could have put me in jail that night. They could have said, you know what, speed racer, you can get your ass and get butt fucked tonight, you know, wherever, stay overnight to learn your lesson. But when he came up to my shit, I said, sir, I have no excuse. You got me. And whatever punishment you deem, you know, doable is up to you. You got me dead to rights. License, registration, yada, yada, yada. Hand it to the cop. He came back. He goes, man, my hands are tied. You saw the interaction. He said, my hands are tied. There's nothing really I can do. So I'm going to have to take your car. And I probably should give you every fine on the planet because you were going insanely fast. I said, how fast? He told me, and I went, not bad, little car. And I told him, and he said, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? I said, well, I didn't have a great time at the track. And this spot where there is absolutely nobody, there is nothing. If I crash, I hit nothing but grass and swamp. It's all me. So I thought, this is the only place that's decent to do it. And he goes, I understand. Look, I get it. He understood. He was like 26, 27 years old. He goes, I get it. Comes back. He goes, all right, I'm going to take your car. I'm not going to take you to jail, but I got to take your car. And I got to give you the biggest ticket on the planet. And you know what? He did. So I said, shit. Okay, no problem. He's like, do you have anyone to take you home? I go, no, I don't. But I only live about 2 miles away. He's like, wow. Okay, well, I'll give you a courtesy ride. Super cool, dude. The other guy was super cool. I treated them with respect. They treated me with respect. That's how you should handle it, especially if you knew you were wrong. And if you didn't do nothing wrong, shut the fuck up, comply. Life will go okay. And if you got a problem, file a complaint later. That's how I do it. Anyway, so that happens. He brings me home. Thank you very much, sir. We have a little chat. Super nice guy. Then I go get my car from the impound lot. I get it in about 50 minutes and I pick it right up, pay $130, bring it back. I have my car. I have everything. Everything is fine. And then, I'm looking at this ticket and I'm like, yeah, I deserve this, but the points on my license is going to be a problem, blah, 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 blah. So the next day I'm editing video and I send it out there and then I get a knock on my door at 4 p.m. I get a knock on the door. Nobody knocks on my shit. Nobody knows where the hell I live. But guess who it was? The police officer that pulled me over. He said there were some paperwork issues and I need to issue you new paperwork. And I was like, interesting. And he gave me very good advice. He goes, look, you're going to have a court date and just tell him exactly what you told us. And I think the judge, whoever I'm going to magistrate, whoever I'm going to face is probably going to, cut you a break because you owned up to it. You were an ideal person in terms of dealing with it. And you basically didn't really give us any static, so that looks really good. And it was an ideal stop. And obviously, you're not looking to hurt anyone. You're not dealing drugs. You're not a gangbanger. You're not gang banging. You're not running drugs or running guns. You're good. You're just fucking around on your own. I go, yeah. And he goes, and by the way, I think some of the guys on the force know who you are. And I'm like, oh shit, interesting. So we chit chat a little bit, and guess what? They wanted to look at the cars. I showed them the white car, the red car, the Fairmont, and I showed them Section 8, the GT500, and they were just like, holy shit. They were taking pictures, video. Super cool. Dude, super fucking cool. And honestly, it couldn't have gone any better. But that's the update. The update is I didn't really get in trouble. I do have to pay a hefty fine. But you know what? You pay to play. Then I asked the officer, sir, do you know anywhere where there's concrete? Anywhere? And he goes, actually, way west, there's a whole bunch of concrete. And I'm like, you dead serious? He goes, dead serious. There's a bunch of concrete way west, past the track. So that's the next video I dropped, which was the Fairmont. I'm sorry, I dropped the GT500 video, just showing you around the GT500. I'll show you in suspension parts. I'll give you specs on the motor. I'll give you all that stuff in another video. And then I uploaded a video of the Fairmont going 60 to 130, and I did let off a little early. I actually looked back at the video. Went 60 to 130 in 4.91 seconds. I think I can get a 470 or a high 460 out of it. I don't think I'm going to try too much because I don't want to try my luck with that spot, but I'm happy, and then I'm going to go to the track Friday. They have a Cars and Coffee. I might go to the track with the Fairmont, maybe get one run in if they allow it. And then next Wednesday, there is a pro night at Palm Beach International Raceway, and I'm going to go there with the Fairmont. So that's the update. Got a ticket, big fat ticket in the red car. And I did tell him, by the way, that's my slowest car. He says, really? I go, yeah, that's my slowest car. They got me at the top of fourth gear, 7,400 RPM with 373s in the back. Just take a wild guess what that mile an hour is. It was fucking it was flying. It was so nice out. But anyway, that's basically the story. What happened to me last week. Got into some trouble. But the way I handled it, a lot of people respected the way I handled it, respected how the cop handled it. It was an ideal stop. There was no issue. And bada bing, bada boom, pay a fine, but you go back out there and keep doing shit because you got to keep providing data and content. And I have too much access to too many vehicles and too good a road to not give you guys content. I still will be testing out the traction compounds. I'll still be putting bias plies on the red car. Shout out to Kyle Brandon. Kyle Brandon is still daddy. That guy on the backside sends me money on Cash App, sends me parts. That guy is such a great supporter of the channel. He sent me a Steeda rear bumper support, a lighter support unit. I'm going to go ahead and put that, take the seats out, put a Kirky in it eventually, go back out there again to the track and see if we can get a 10-second quarter mile as it sits. The moment I go 10s as is, I am changing the setup. The moment I go 10s as is, I am changing the setup. I'm going to do Cobra Jet and cams just to start fucking with lineage, like start really getting after. I'm going to try some exotic fuels. I'm going to try some Ignite. I'm going to try some ethanol 1R. But I think right now, 10s is the goal with a 350 intake manifold and a GT350 throttle body and a regular ass cold air with not that much weight reduction. So seats and a Kirky, but I'm not going to like start removing wipers and shit like that. So I appreciate everyone that looked out for me about the tickets, but the best thing you can do to support the channel, if you want to support me and you don't have to give me money on this to like pay the ticket, that's not a big deal. Just watch the show. Honestly, that's the best thing you could do to help me. Watch it. If you want to share it, you can share it, but I really don't want to beg people for sharing, clicking the bell and all that shit. If this show's going to grow, it's going to grow on its own. But anyway, again, shout out to Manuel Gomez, shout out to Mr. Vargas, Streetcar Video. But one final thing before I start answering questions and everything is the best street racing channel on the internet is Valley Racing Channel. The Valley Racing Channel, by far, is the best racing channel I've ever seen. It's the best thing ever. Valley Racing, they're all out west, and those guys do some insane shit. Now, the best race I saw wasn't a race at all. It was a fight on Christmas Eve, on Christmas Day. Fight on Christmas Day. Fight on Christmas Day. It was the most funny fucking thing. Valley Racing. Valley. I was watching it and I'm like, those guys flip coins for like $2,000. So check it out. We're gonna set the scene. Christmas Day, Christmas morning. Guys are out there chilling, having a good time. This guy right here, this guy right here has an altercation with another guy. I think they're talking shit a little bit back and forth to each other. They're like, yo, what's going on? And this and that. Anyway, I think the other guy they got beef from what I can tell. Boom, this guy. I call him, he got some hands on him, boy. He got some hands. So he tells this guy, yo, you don't know shit about racing. What's the issue? Okay, so now you know this is getting bad. It's looking serious because this guy ain't backing down. This guy ain't backing down. Much respect to you guys. And look at this. Ooh, that right there. I'm surprised punches did not get thrown. But no, they're cool. Look at this guy over here. He ain't liking because I'm thinking he's with him. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna see what this squabble, because they want to squabble, right? So this is what squabble means over there. So check it. Oh, there it is. Okay. The other thing I like about this channel is when they fight, it's fair. They go, yo, hold my phone, man. Hold my phone. Take my phone. Shit. All right, boom. Okay, here we go. Squaring up. It's happening. Let's go. Whoa. Okay. Good left jab. Good. Very good. Look at that. Solid connect on the left jab. Bop. Very good. Solid fundamentals. Check out the guy in the Corvette. He's like, yo, ¿qué está pasando, cuz? No quema. But anyway, back to the fight. Oh. So this guy has a great left-right. He gives them 2 sets of 2 pieces, like a 4-piece chicken nugget meal. He goes left, right, and he goes down. Check it. 1, 2, 1, 2, bam, and that's it. And look at this. Whoa, shit. Oh, look at this guy over here. He's loving it. So anyway, back to the squabble, right? Back to the squabble. We're gonna go one. He does a couple of 2 pieces, left, right, left, right, left, right. Bam. That's it. Woo. And then this guy tries to get in there. They try to squabble. Yeah, this guy's like, this guy with his hands in his pockets. Yo, chill, B. Fight was fair. It was over. He's like, no, we're good. What's going on? Yeah, I mean, we're good. All right, and look, remember him? You remember him? He's like, yo, what happened, man? I'm just trying to see if Cuban's transmission works. Oh, guys, the best racing channel on the planet right here. Valley Racing. Subscribe. You will not regret it. They flip quarters for $2,000. It's wonderful. It's the best channel I've ever seen. All right, guys. Let me get to the paid chat, and I'll get to the peasant. We'll talk about Nate Ryder. After I bought the GT500, Nate Ryder thinks he can go in there and be like, oh, trying to get in on my channel. Oh, I see that you couldn't beat me, so you had to join me. Motherfucker, you can't beat the Fairmont. Motherfucker, you can't beat my daily. You can't beat my white 19. With your supposed 1,000 horsepower measuring from the butthole having ass. So he's trying to go in there trying to chit chat like we're fucking Shelby boys. We ain't Shelby boys. We're fucking, you are a poser ass bitch. Yeah, go do your thing over there. We are not boys. I bought that car because it's a race car and I can probably make my money back on it if I decide to sell it without a problem. It's a sound investment. I didn't buy it for the clout. I didn't buy it for the YouTube likes. I bought it to go racing safely. And homeboys like Nate Ryder and others like, oh, we're going to be boys now? No, we're not going to be boys. Because if you piss me off, I'll put a Coyote in it. I'll put a twin turbo Coyote in that fucker and piss a bunch of people off. That would piss everybody off. Could you imagine if I put a twin turbo Coyote and run faster in the shot? I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying. It was funny him trying to get in on my channel, trying to get in on some shit. And I'm like, boy, we ain't boys. What the fuck's wrong with you? Man, we could have been together. We could have been riding off in the sunset like Paul Walker and Vin Diesel. It's such a love. What was the name of that song? We'll be together again. The Supra goes over here and the Charger goes over here. I'm like, we ain't that. I dislike you very much. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. All right. So, para Guantamirico, says Blue Shelby versus Ruby. Thoughts? Cletus's Ruby car runs 750. That's faster than the Shelby has ever been. The Shelby has been 7s once. And it goes 4s in the 8th mile, in perfect conditions. But it doesn't do it consistently. So I'd have to take some weight out of the Shelby, but I don't think I have enough power to run 750. I think Ruby has me covered, and the guy's a racer. The guy's reaction time is right there with legit racers. So it's going to be a tall task to race Ruby. Would I race Ruby? Abso-fucking-lutely. Tonight. I'd drive there, put some ice in the fucking tank, in the ice tank, and shoot, then let's race. Fuck it. But he's got me covered probably by a good 3 or 4 tenths, so I don't think I have much for that car. Joe Daniel says ticket fund. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. I Swallow Come gave me $2. Says, what did Nut Ryder do? And I just explained what he did. He tried to get some. He tried to get some clout. He tried to get some fucking clout. We are not boys. We're not boys. Stop it. Stop it. Do your own shit. Get gapped by ZL1 Camaros. Do your own shit. Don't try to get some shine off my channel. You're a poser ass bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Brad Boss says, maybe dumb, but what is holding the S550 Gen 2 from making more power on 93? Is that something a built motor aftermarket can change? Thanks, bitcho. The octane. Brad Boss, the octane. A lot of people think they can make high horsepower on pump gas on a built motor. Do you know how many times I see people go, well, it's a built motor. Why don't you just throw more boost at it? And I'm like, okay, if you have a piece of granite and you hit it with a hammer, it's going to take a long time to break, right? If you have eggshells, right? Eggshells, aka stock pistons, stock rods, you hit it with a big enough hammer, it'll break pretty easy. But you have a piece of granite, it'll break eventually. It'll break eventually, but it'll break. You don't have enough octane. Sorry, I don't know. I don't understand a lot of you guys trying to chase horsepower on 93. And the guys that do and push that as some kind of accomplishment, that's fine. If a tuner is out there telling you he can make 1,000 horsepower 93 octane, he doesn't give a shit about your car. I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to blow up your car so that I can get the clout. Sure, it'll make 1,000 horsepower maybe once or twice, and then blow to smithereens because eventually it's going to catch up with it. It's not even worth it. So we say octane. I don't play the danger game. I don't play the let's make 1,000, let's make 800, let's make 900 on pump gas. Engine builders do that same shit too. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, engine builder, are you willing to run your setup on 93 octane, 20 something PSI, 21 degrees of timing? Hearing the audible detonation, hearing it all the way down the track, hearing the audible shit? Come on. Stop that shit. Stop it. Joe Daniel says, might want to fight if they fuck up. If they fuck up on the ticket, not sure, but you'd be worth talking to a lawyer about. Look, Joe Daniel, I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to sit there and try to fight something I did. I did it. I'm owning up to it. I'm okay paying the insurance for 3 or 4 or 5 years, the surcharge. I'm okay with it. I did it. I got caught. Now, if you go there and hope there's leniency involved and you own up to it instead of being a fucking cuck and, my foot slipped off the clutch. No, I'm going to say, sir, you got me dead to rights. The reason I did that was because of this, and I am pleading no contest. And if the guy goes, man, what a breath of fresh air, instead of giving me this stupid ass excuse where you're like, well, I was, is your equipment calibrated?
Stupid.
I don't think he's supposed to be on shift.
Stupid.
I think that I was going to 85, not 150.
Stupid.
I don't play that fucking game. Own up to it. Shut the fuck up. Anderson Little. Holy shit. Anderson Little's back in the house. What is going on, brother? Thank you very much for the big donation. Appreciate you very much, man. Mr. Jimmy Jams says, checking in from work today, channel support. Jimmy Jams, police officer, 26 years old. He understands what I'm saying. He gets what I'm saying. Shane says, and he's fucking gone. See you later. Bye-bye. Shane says, I beat a 2020 C8 in my 19 convertible full weight, half bolted on. People saying he let me win. I just want my credit. Ticket Fund. Thank you very much for supporting the channel and the Ticket Fund. Appreciate that. Jose Delgado says, not ticket money, and gave me $20. Thank you very much. Anderson Little dropping another C note. He don't give a fuck. He's got it. He just flings that shit. I better not tell Kyle Brandon. He'll come in here and start throwing money all over the place. Dude on the left has no hands at all. Johnny Boy, he was doing what I call the rolling thunder. I think it was one of those things where the technique was like rolling thunder. Look, these both are men. They had issues. They had a squabble. And by the way, I've heard squabble many times on that channel. But his technique was rolling thunder, right? If you ever watch, play video games, this is rolling thunder all day. Check it out. It's just like a windmill technique. And he lands a couple, rolling thunder, and it just didn't work out for him. But you know what? Respect for him going in there and getting it done. And you know what? The fight was over and they were done. It was nice and easy. Bada bing, bada boom. I love it. Eric Vega says, hey, sir, I'm thinking about doing a Cobra Jet in cams too, but if I go turbo in the future, how does the Cobra Jet manifold perform? Ignorant speaking, ¿cómo está la familia? Bendición, que Dios te bendiga. In my opinion, I would not choose the Cobra Jet setup for turbo because it's blow through, not draw through. Now you're pressurizing a dual bore throttle body, and I think you need to drill and tap the cover, because when you pressurize the throttle body electronics cover, it'll like blow right off, right in the weeds, blowing it off right in the weeds. So it's one of those things where you're going to have to kind of plan accordingly about, if you're going to go boost, well, we kind of have to do the, 11 to 14 electronics blow through instead of draw through. So that might be a problem if you try to, blow the Corvettes off in the weeds.
Great enthusiasm. We were blowing the Corvettes off in the weeds.
Okay, so Eric Vega, I would prefer a stock throttle body setup on turbo all the time. Phil gave me $50, says, sorry about the ticket, homie. I got one going 114 and a 65 in North Carolina and lost my license. Understand, guys, the fact that I currently still have my license, got my car back, and didn't go to jail is an accomplishment in and of itself. And you know how I accomplished that? Yes, sir, I fucked up. Whatever you want to give me as a ticket, give me. I done fucked up. I'm sorry. It worked. Owning up to your shit works. And then he says, good stuff. Johnny Boy got to be about that bald, laughing my ass off. Good luck with everything and happy holidays, brother. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate that. No, he understood that. I was just like, you got me. I ain't got nothing to say. Poor Boy 313 says, Alex, how's the family? Would you race Demonology quarter mile, full tree, go on green, run what you got, C-section for the win? C-section? You mean the Shelby? Yeah, I'll run Demonology if he wants, but he's like in Louisiana. Where is he? Louisiana? I don't know where he's at, but if I got to go to him, the Shelby's a bottom 8-second car. I don't think the Demon is. So we can go on green. We can do whatever the hell you want. I mean, I'll give you, I'm not going to give him the hit. That's stupid, but yeah, whatever you want. I like just regular rules. Pro tree, heads up. Pro tree, heads up. No other bullshit. Johnny Boy 200-406 says, you're my boy, Blue. Copacetic Lifestyle says, 03 Cobra Coupe, good condition, 55,000 miles, clean title, 18,000, or boosted S550, 25,000 miles for 29,000. What will you choose and why? The S550 if you want to go fast, the Cobra if you want to have a car that's going to be worth some money well after the GT has depreciated in value. Anderson Little dropped another C note just to let you guys know that y'all peasants. Jay Fine says, can you say Twisted 500 is slow? Ticket Bucks. Can you say Twisted 500 is slow? Twisted 500 is slow. There you go. Thank you for the $2. Chris Jameson says, late to the party. Hope the family is well. Some cash towards your ticket for handling it like a man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Look, I have gotten two major tickets in my whole life. This is number 2. The first one I was 18 and I owned up to it and was honest and was personable and went up to the judge and I screwed up. Yes, sir. 100%. He sees that my record is spotless. The guy's like, let me run your license. Am I going to find anything? I'm like, you're not going to find shit. I'm clean as fuck. I'm the cleanest Puerto Rican on the planet. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, you were clean. And I'm like, right. So that's all going to go and help me out. And I made friends. Guys, they came over here and looked at the cars. I made friends. I got their personal info. They're good dudes. So don't you think if I ever need a favor or shit goes downhill, or if I'm like, hey, is anybody chilling on blah, blah, blah street so I can make a hit and they give me a heads up? Come on. You got to play the game right. That's how you play the game. But Chris Johansson, thank you very much. Chris Jameson, thank you very much for the donation. Appreciate that. C. Rindinger. I sent you some questions over Facebook Messenger about the wheel tubs in your Fairmont period. If you have a minute, can you take a look? C. Rindinger. Let's see. Fairmont. Let's see. Go on Facebook. Charlie. He says, quick question. Would you be able to send me some pictures of the trunk of your Fairmont? I'm currently building an 81 for a brief second. I seen how you had done the wheel tubs in your car, but mine being four-door, just trying to get a little better view of what was going on. I'm planning on running a 315 3517 tire. Thanks. I do appreciate it. Hey, Charlie, my channel has a video of exactly what I did, and we called it a micro tub. Search on my channel for the Fairmont widening of the rear trunk, and it shows video of what you need to see. So you should be good to go there. Johnny Boy, give me $5. Says, don't hate, but did you see the Godzilla built for boost without boost, making 800 NA? I think it's going to be the most epic swap motor. It's not going to be the most epic swap motor. Why? It's heavier, bigger, and when you can boost a Coyote to make 1,000 to 1,100 with no modifications, again, Johnny Boy, no modifications. Coyotes have gone 7s. I don't understand how you guys think that Godzilla is a badass swap motor. It makes 800 NA. It's a good NA motor. What 7-liter motor, fully built, shouldn't make that kind of power? Come on, guys. Cut the fucking shit with that fucking motor. That motor should make that kind of power, fully built. It's 7.3 fucking liters. You think that's a badass swap? Do you think a 460 Ford is a badass swap? Do you think a 7.0 liter LS is a badass swap? Why not? If you think the Godzilla is a badass swap, then you think that 7-liter, I think LS7 is also a badass swap. With that logic, big blocks? Now we're going into the world of big blocks? Come on, stop it. Stop it with that bullshit. I have a 2014 Coyote of Department of Boost M122. Is cams worth it? I want to say low boost and possible E85. It's worth it, but honestly, it's more worth it to put a TVS in the Department of Boost kit than cams, in my opinion. Stock cams and a TVS and get rid of that blower, I think it'll make a bigger difference than the cams, and you're sticking with that shitty blower. Anderson Little, still dropping notes, saying Hockey Pro 1980. What does that mean? Did you play hockey professionally back in the day, or is that like a handle? I don't get what's happening there, but damn, I appreciate the donations. I Swallow Cum says I pulled the trigger on the built trans. All right, badass shit. Matthew Goodall says defensive driving class money, bitch. You should have asked the officer. You came in a little too high. Thanks for all you do for the community as always. I got his info. He saw my hit in the Fairmont. He said, dude, that fucking car flies. Congrats. I mean, the guy's super cool, super chill. Look, I'm going to own up to it, pay what I got to pay. I'm not going to cry about it. And if I've made some friends in the police force, even better. I mean, it's better to have friends in the police force than not. And if it costs me this minor infraction, not a problem. I can swing it. I appreciate it. Oh, man. Andy L says, I got my 16 misfire mystery figured out. It turned out to be the intake manifold. Time to buy parts and have a full bolt-on setup for next year. I'll be getting a hold of you guys for a tune in spring. Very, very excited. Yeah, like I've had a lot of guys lately start having issues. And you know what? A lot of these ported plastic manifolds, depending on who ports them, you got to be careful porting those things. You can port right through them and cause a fucking leak, and you'll never see it. You'll never see it. You'll think you'll be fully bolted on all of a sudden, and all of a sudden all the air comes out of it, and you're like, oh, I'm not full bolt on. Full bolt on. You're not full bolt on. You're full leak on. So be careful when you bolt stuff on. Invest in a little smoke machine, or you can make a little smoke machine out of a cigar and an oil transfer pump. A cigar and an oil transfer pump, and you can make your own little smoke machine to find leaks before you even have to get a tune to know that everything is nice and tight. It's just the project says, just wondering why you don't make videos at PBH anymore. So PBH went from being a car building shop to more of a parts providing shop. So there isn't really much content to have there, right? There's no cars there. They rarely run the dyno. They rarely bring vehicles in to modify or anything. They basically now make their own parts, provide complete engine packages. So the content is going to be what? Motors. Oh, look, a motor. Look, a bracket kit. In terms of a place of content, it's just not there anymore. I went there today, hung out with Jake, the owner, hung out with Frank Perdomo, who did a show today. They're still my friends, but there is no content there anymore. And I found that I'm way more productive at home than at Power by the Hour. I used to work from Power by the Hour, but I used to do that to see if I can get some, content, like if some cool car pulled up or a car on the dyno. No cars have been on the dyno, as far as I know, for a very long time. The dyno hasn't been operational, but no cars have come through, so not a big deal. But it's just a project. I just don't go because they don't fuck with cars anymore. Jared Wells says, start the new job tomorrow night. Might not catch you tomorrow. Did you wear a black suit? Oh, you gotta wear a black suit to get a job. Fuck out of here. Well, Shaburo says, YOLO, give me $5. Thank you very much, sir. Michael Charlton, Paxton man. He made 800 plus rear wheel horsepower on his Paxton, and I gave him another degree and a half, and I'm hoping it makes like 20 more. He says, I just wanted to show you the support and thank you again for helping me make 852 rear wheel horsepower. I'm going to dyno it again in the spring with the revision you sent. I couldn't be happier with the car. A Paxton with a 3.3 is serious. It's a serious fucking car. But you're welcome, Michael Charlton. It's what I do. It's my job. Ezekiel Palacio says, what's up, Alex? Me saludas al Use Navy cuh. Use Navy. I don't know what's going on with Use Navy. Where's he been? Use Navy. Me saludas al Use Navy cuh. No quema cuh. Call of Duty. I saw a meme of Call of Duty, but instead of call, it was cuh. And that little kid with the blowout. That's the most hilarious meme I've seen in a while. Matt 2011G says, reminds me of the Chris Rock skit. How to not get your ass kicked by the police. Number one, shut the fuck up. Exactly. Chris Rock. How not to get beat up, let me see, by the police. Chris Rock, how not to get beat up by the police. I'm trying to make it so I don't get the copyright bullshit, but we'll see.
In the black community.
Yeah. There you go. How not to get your ass kicked.
Have you ever been face to face with a police officer and wondered, is he about to kick my ass? Well, wonder no more. If you follow these easy tips, you'll be fine.
So if I get copyrighted and if I pause the video a lot, I'm doing it so that I don't get copyrighted, you know, because I want to keep the monetization going.
First, obey the law.
Yes.
Laws were made for a reason. Think of them as hints. You've heard people say, man, I wouldn't do that shit if I was you.
I didn't follow the law, so I fucked up there.
Well, here's some of that shit. Carjacking, armed robbery, selling drugs, buying drugs, stabbing, shooting. You know, you probably won't get your ass kicked if you just use common sense.
You know what's funny about Chris Rock? This Chris Rock, I like. But if you were to talk to Chris Rock today, he would say, oh, I was misguided back then. You should be able to sell drugs and not get in trouble with the police. He shut the fuck up.
If you jump a subway turnstile, you might just get off with a warning from the police. But if you jump a turnstile carrying a loaded gun and smoking a joint, then maybe you lose your ass kicked.
Exactly. Thank
We
you.
all know what happened to Rodney King. But Rodney wouldn't have got his ass kicked if he had just followed this simple tip. When you see flashing police lights in your mirror, stop immediately.
Exactly. The moment the cop, because they sent out a guy, they had 4 in a little spot. Then they sent out a guy, like a scout, and he ended up behind me. And I said, that's a cop with his lights off. I just immediately slammed on the brakes, pulled right over, and he had me dead to rights.
Everybody knows, if the police have to come and get you, they're bringing an ass kicking with them. Here's a no-brainer. If you're listening to loud rap music, turn that shit off.
No, but I want to hear the new Kodak Black album.
Blasting fuck the police while you're getting pulled over by the police is just ignorant. When an officer approaches your car, be polite.
Is there a problem, officer?
Exactly.
And stay in your car with your hands on the wheel.
What the fuck do you want, motherfucker?
Exactly. So that's what I didn't do, and I'm alive, so things are good. I love Chris Rock. That Chris Rock. Okay, what's up, Alex? You Navy reminds me of Chris Rock. Okay, Chris Jameson says, come on. What's the YouTube channel where they race and talk about coming in a little too high power? The Valley Racing Channel, Holmes. Valley Racing Channel. Justin Baston says, are you Carol's like cousin? Carol Baskin. Why do you not like the red brand BMR? And did you see how it's just a 6 BMR K-member crack? I did not see the BMR K-member crack on It's Just a 6's car. I do not like the company's products because they had a sales guy at the time that tried to get me fired on multiple occasions from multiple places. And I just don't like that they still affiliate with themselves with Homeboy. So they're guilty by association. Fuck it. Just like some people don't like Lund Racing because of me, they don't like, you know? So I'm like, all right, then I guess the places that I rep are guilty by association. So there it is. Brad Boss says, round 2, honest opinion of the LPF twin kit. Again, the LPF twin kit works well. By the way, congrats to, I think, one of their customers. I think went 7s in a 10R80 car. So see, I'm not a homer. If one of their guys goes 7s in a 10R80 car, congrats. I forget the guy's name, but it's an orange car, I think, an LPF orange car down there in Houston. So there's going to be a war waged down there. There's going to be a 10R80s flying in and out of Houston because they're going to probably bring that record down to 760s, 750s by the time it's all said and done. M&L and Nate Ryder are happy you got a Shelby. Yeah, they're happy I got a Shelby. Why? Like, I don't like them. And I got a Shelby to race because I want to go racing. And I didn't get a Shelby because it was a Shelby. I got this car because I knew who built it. Donnie, Power by the Hour, built that car. So I know it's built right. So not only am I repping Power by the Hour with that car, I have a safe race car that's competitive everywhere. So yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit that it's a Shelby. I could give 2 fucks. Will Shabura says 4 years. Twin turbo CJ mono, built motor, don't have issues here yet. Very good, Will. Look, the red car's motor's 2.5 years. Chilling. Been in red car a bunch of times, been in the Fairmont a bunch of times. Knock on wood, still good. Just wanted to say you're motivating me a lot in many ways. You've motivated me a lot in many ways, says Nikki Figueroa. I'm 20. I put in 100 hours a week flat rate at Ford dealership, and I want to be ordering my GT350 soon. Channel support. Dude, young people that get it and work and bust their ass, shout out to them, because there's a lot of kids now that work 45. Did you guys hear that report about Amazon workers mad that they're working 55 hours? 55 hours. When I was 18 to 30, I begged for hours because I want to make money. I was working 60 plus. My last boss, check it out. My last boss was such a piece of fucking shit. So I don't care because I'm not fucking with him anymore. So that guy ended up, she commented. Very nice. That guy ended up, someone commented on my show. Very nice. My last boss, when I was a millwright, that homeboy probably owes me $4,000. There was a point in time that I was working like 70 hours a week. I did nothing but work. And then he's like, well, I can't afford you overtime this time, but I'll give you comp time. I was young and stupid, so I'm like, all right, I guess. And he'd give me like 10 hours overtime. Or I said, you know what? Fuck comp time. I'm gonna put the hours over here and figure out how much you owe me, bro. And I'm like, you owe me, can you pay me 10? Can you pay me 20? Nope, but I had every week paying working 60 plus hours. So shout out to kids that are working nowadays and getting it done. Good for them. But hey, and I appreciate that I motivate you. I don't know what I did to motivate you. Maybe it's the cars, maybe it's the red car, maybe it's just talking about cars in general, but there's no other channel that is like this. We're supportive, full of info, full of tech, talking some shit. It works. Phil says, I did the cigar and oil pump trick. Haha. I thought it was the only broke motherfucker out there. My JLT was leaking at the MAF and a small port. Piece of shit. The cigar with the oil transfer pump works fucking wonders, dude. Matt 2011 GT says, buy the dyno. Be sure to wear a black suit applying for the loan. So Matt 2011 GT, you're pretty close. You're pretty close as to what my plans are. You're close. It all has to come together. See, a lot of people didn't know that I was able to swing the GT500. And the moment I did, people started going, coño, este cabrón está vendiendo droga. Se compró un Shelby. Tiene un 19. Tiene un 15 en el Fairmont. And then they're like, oh shit. He was able to swing that and not get rid of any other cars? I shut my mouth. I do my thing. Because you know how a lot of people say, I'm making moves in silence? I don't say that. I just do it. And here it is. And I was able to benefit from the fruits of my labor. John F says, Alex, ported boss 302 intake versus a ported 18 intake manifold on a 17 with twins. What do you recommend? Both are the same. What I recommend is what you like it to look like under the hood. At the end of the day, both of them make similar power. So you're not going to gain much over one than the other. Man of War gave me 6 Canadian Dole hairs. Thank you very much. And Cedric Weiss says, bro, this Chris Rock episode was a classic. Wait for the prelude. I saw the prelude, yeah. John Anderson says, channel support. Thank you very much for the channel support. I appreciate you, sir. Matthew Goodall says, as I continue this Gen 2 build competing with the red car, K-Member worth it in your opinion? Already got the bumper bar, Braille battery on the way as well. Yes, if you get a K-Member, get whatever you want. But there's also the one I have. There's a K-Member in the red car. It's called the, oh, fuck, I forget. I got it from Tradition Motorsports. If I remember, I'll say it. But yeah, I mean, it's beefy as shit, and it's great. Steeda also makes a K-Member. Hey, Steeda, anybody out there know if Steeda makes a K-Member for 11 to 14? Because I looked under the Shelby, and there's a K-Member that I want to get rid of. You know what's going on. So I'm going to redo the front end on that Shelby before I even bring it down the quarter mile at all. Scott N gave me 10 Canadian doll hairs. Village Bali says, I currently own an 18 Mustang and I'm eyeing a C7 Z06. I'm big on reliability on a daily. In your opinion, would you go with the Z06 or boost the 18? I would boost the 18. I'd boost the 18 all day, every day, brother. And Zane Mustang says, this bitch all sings now. Loving this 18 manifold. If it doesn't rain, I'll be heading to the, where the fuck did you go? Be heading to the track Friday and see if I can improve my 11.6. In Zane Mustang, I guarantee that car is going to run a 50 or a 40 with that intake. I guarantee it. We're going to zing it up to 8,000 RPMs. SK Performance Jeff, what's up, brother? He says, I'm installing a Holley Terminator X kit on an 04 Cobra this evening. Everyone at the shop is waiting all week to tune in on the only show on YouTube that's always coming in a little too high power. Coming a little too high. Yo. You're coming in a little too high. I gotta like cut that clip, and I gotta cut that clip because it's the best clip ever. So you're coming in a little too high, and I gotta make a little clip like I got stupid and all those other ones. Valley Street Racing, Valley Racing Channel, and he said, what did he say? It was the Jeep versus the Mustang. Oh, what a great fucking episode. Yo. My N-word, you coming in a little too high power. And then I found out squabble is actually used a lot in those videos. Like the word squabble is constant. It's like, yo, N-word, you want to squabble? I'm like, whoa. Not only did they use the N-word, but they always fight at these meets. Like they always fight. I'm trying to find it. Let me see. There's this other one where the guy, I already gave you the 2-piece. But there was one where there was like this black dude. He was chilling, doing his thing. And some other black dude was like, yo, you want to squabble? And he called him the N-word. I went, whoa. Look at these guys. Look, just look at the channel. It's nuts. Look real quick. It's like $4,000 coin flip, cash days, gunshots. We flip on anything. It's the craziest channel. I'm trying to find the one. Here you go. There you go. This one. Check it out. Might be a commercial. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward to the good shit. So there's a guy talking. This guy right here. Keep an eye on this guy.
And I said I'm not racing your car. I said that already. Bro, I guarantee you, in January when my car, when my
Right
GTR...
here. Let me see what happened here.
Don't worry about it.
The car you drive.
I said that.
I said, get
Okay, they still talking.
What's wrong? How are you not going to say
Don't tell me I got the wrong one.
We got a nitrous fork kid for that car.
Please
Listen,
don't
let me
tell me
tell
I
you
got the wrong
something.
video.
This guy is from my crew.
Now, I want to see the
This is
fight.
my
I want to see the fight. The fight where he was like, yo, N-word, you want to squabble? Here it is. Fight. I can't believe he used the N-word. It's black on black crime. We can't be doing that shit. It's 2020. All lives matter.
I really don't.
Where's it at? Ah, here we go. Oh, they get right to it. Right here.
It's coming.
So right here, check this guy out here. Right here. Check what he says real quick. This guy right here.
You really did? I thought that was a game. That feels like that.
You still trying to squabble now? That's what he said. Yo, N-word, you still trying to squabble now? Watch again.
Feels like that.
What? And look at what he's gonna do. He ain't playing that shit. One more time. One more time.
You did? I thought that was a game. That feels like that.
Yo, I mean, look, this is the best channel on the planet. Watch it. Subscribe, hit the bell on that channel. It's unbelievable. But thank you, SK Performance, Jeff. Great shit. Poor boy 313 in the house. He says, Alex, what the fuck is with the light show? 60 hours full time and 20 hours at Wendy's? I'll get my supercharger. Look, I have been upended by Frank with all his fucking hats. So I got me a disco ball. That's right, motherfuckers. I got a disco ball. And you can't fuck with it. And it looks cool. I got a disco ball. Wait for the smoke machine to show up in the laser light show that I'm about to put in the back. I'm going to blow your fucking minds. And then I'll play Darude Sandstorm constantly. I'm all fucking day. Calling Wendell out for 2 McChicken next season. Nitrous Coyote going to gap that V6. Which is a better engine for boost, Coyote or 5.8? Coyote, in my opinion. Coyote can take about 25 plus PSI on almost 20 PSI, depending on the kit, and make 1,000 easy. The 5.8 stock kind of taps out at 800, 850, maybe 900, and then you're going to start seeing rods fling out the block. AJ says, what's a good long tube header for a Gen 2 Coyote performance package? I'm poor, so keep that in mind. I love your channel, man. Okay, you're poor. So what I'm going to say is this. Texas speed headers, but make sure you put in some rear O2 bungs so that you plug in your rear O2s. Some Texas speed long tube headers do not have the rear O2 bungs. I'm talking to you directly, Texas Speed. Please put rear O2 bungs in all Coyote headers. Thank you very much. Just save everyone time. We have to be compliant. We want to be able to support your product without having them to modify it at a muffler shop. So Texas Speed, please, on my behalf, please put rear O2 bungs in Coyote headers. So that's probably the best discount header I know of. Ultimate headers are my dudes, though. Ultimate headers are my dudes. I always recommend them over anyone else. The White Fox says, I'm building a rod and piston Gen 1 Mustang motor, and I was wondering, with an A, in your experience, when do you see the stock sleeves pop? About 900, just like an Illuminator. 900 to 1,000. That's when they start to warp a little bit. Unless you get the little water jet, the supports above and below the cylinders. If it's not going to be supported or welded, you put some supports in there, you could probably make 1,000 just like an Illuminator. Play around with NA with the 350s or straight. Play around with NA with the 350 or straight to twins. Straight to twins, Nicky Figueroa. If you can swing it, Nicky Figueroa, little Hellion sleeper kit will do you right. Hunter Walker says, COVID screwed up my college aid up. Okay, COVID screwed up my college aid up. Red car got me eager to start a little all motor build. Getting it done, scooping hours whenever possible. Rather spend $1,000 here and there than go out and party. Keep me out of trouble and keeps me hungry. That's not bad. And any build is something you can grow with. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make the red car something you can build and have lineage. So what did I do? Went out there, NA, went like a 12.5. Then I got exhaust. Then I put 373s in it. Then I started doing weight reduction. Still got a 350 manifold, still got a 350 throttle body, E85 1000cc injectors, which you don't need. You can just do LU47s and be exactly the same. But now I'm going to see if I can go 10s in this setup. So I got to get the car lighter, and I'm about ideally 2/10 away. So I got to somehow get 200 pounds out of the car, and that's going to be a tall task, but I'll do my best. And even if I got to get a fucking jockey in there, I think Donnie Renfro, who is back in the game, he's lighter than me, probably by 30 pounds. Fuck it, I'll stick him in there. I'll say, Donnie, it's about the car. Get in there and run the car. And he knows how to drive the car because it's an auto. What you do is you mash the gas, and that's all you pretty much do in any auto. Chris Y says, I finally got my wife to watch a show with me. I really want her to hear your impersonation of our Raptor cold start. You nail it. She's going to laugh. Thanks for the tune, says Tyler Kaldek. So Chris Y, so we're gonna do a cold start Raptor sound effect. So here we go. Wait, hold on. There you go. If you got speakers at home, turn it down. So we go. Raptor. Chicka, 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 chicka. You're welcome. That is a Raptor cold start. And you can use that for EcoBoost, anything. Mustang, Bronco, you name it, anything. I literally got lightheaded when I did that. King Yodi 550 says, channel support while I put an OT at my body shop. Loving all the content as of late. God bless and keep it up. Lund for the motherfucking win. Lund Racing might be going to another rental real soon because weather's, on and off up north. And if it gets to about 50 degrees, they're going to hit up a rental and see if we can go fucking 30s or 20s in the 6R80 Grey Goose. David Santos says, I got a 14 GT Gen 2R with a 79mm pulley and free flowing exhaust. My question is, do I need an upgraded fuel system to run some type of race gas? No, you don't. If you run fuel that has a 14.7 stoic, meaning denser, or 14.0 stoic, Sunoco 260 GT, C16, C10, and I think VP, I forget. It's what GTRs run all the time. I forget if I remember, but anything with a 14.0 stoic, 100 octane, you should be good. Usually Sunoco 260 GT, C16, C10 seems to do the trick. All right, we're back to the peasant chat. Holy shit, the chat revenue is off the charts. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate that. You don't have to go out of your way to do that, but as always, I appreciate it. I can't go all the way to the beginning to the peasant chat. I just can't. So I'm going to try to pick up where I left off. The Danimal says, sounds just like a Raptor. Mr. Jimmy Jam says, I own a Gen 2. I can confirm. Batchi says, accurate, but my Raptor will blow your doors off. Raptors are 6.1 seconds 0 to 60. You ain't blowing anybody's doors off with that fucking 0 to 60. No fucking way. Regan 50 says, thoughts on staying mode blowing 2 holes in his block. What do you think was the issue? I don't know what the issue was. It sucks that it went down. Yeah, it sucks that it went down. Now he has to replace the whole motor. That sucks. I would never want to be in his position, but I'm also not going to kick him while he's down. I know enough to shut my mouth. I know enough to shut my mouth in certain situations. I hope he gets it fixed and gets back out there and running. I just don't know how many extra motors there are laying around. Ricky Mendez says, did you race Cletus? Why do people keep saying if I race Cletus? That was a Turbo Coyote. That was a Turbo Coyote that raced Cletus down at in Bradenton. Ignite 114. Ignite 114, is that what we're talking about? Ignite 114? Is Ignite 114 14.0 stoic? 114 fuel. No, that's E90. No, that's ethanol. No, not Ignite. It's a import, VP import fuel, so something like that. VP import fuel, I think it's called. Let me see. I think it's VP import, what I'm talking about, which is a 14.0 stoic fuel. Let me see if they have a material safety data sheet. Let me download spec sheet. Look at that. See, this is what I do. When you guys ask me, what's good? Well, I go here to VP Racing, and we look at that. Stoichiometric air fuel ratio coming at you the 3 in a row from West Palm Beach, Florida. So stoichiometric 14.1, that's similar to pump gas, right? Look at the Ron, the no color, oxygenated slightly. So again, guys, if you want to run race gas, VP Import is the one to get. VP Import, and it has 14.1 stoic. That's what I do when you guys ask me questions in the tuning queue. I Google shit. I am a master Googler. Tyler Davis says, love the channel, papi. Te amo también, papi. It's funny, the chat revenue said 1,000 and then it went to like $8.99. So did someone retract $100? That's weird. My backcourt says staying mode equals no comment. Exactly, no comment. Look. No comment. No comment on staying mode. It sucks that he blew up his motor. I hope he gets it fixed. That's it. VP import is so harsh, leaded shit. It is, but he's asking race gas, and you're not going to run it all the time. You're just going to run it at the racetrack. And then when you leave the racetrack, you're going to put your shit-ass 93 in there. It doesn't matter. Your Sunoco ass, Kroger ass, Valero ass 93 in there. It is serious fuel though. Because it was a bald man in a twin turbo S197 Lund tune 5.0 running 7.3s, thought it maybe was you. No, it wasn't a Lund tune. Number one, it's a Cy Lee tune. Cy Lee tunes that car. We do not tune that car. If someone we tuned ran 7.3, we would know about it because he'd probably have a 6R80 that did not have a 6R80. It's a Glide or a 400 car with a standalone, and I think Cy Lee tunes it. And congrats, I think he won the whole event. Make sure I'm not missing out on anything here. No. Okay, good. Just making sure that I'm not missing out on anything. Anthony Rosas says, if I'm running bi-sply rear, does it mean the front skinny needs to be a bi-sply or can it be radial tire? Mickey Thompson sells both types for the front. You could do a radial in the front, but it's got to be skinny. You can't have like a fucking 20. You can't have a 305, 35, 20 in the front and a bi-sply in the back. You will crash that car. So it has to be a skinny radial front or even a skinny bi-sply front. That thing will be fine, brother. Loader High says, can you take a look at this log? Alejandro Flores. Timmy T says, a Paramount cartoon by y'all just ran 762 this weekend, just in case you didn't hear. Yes, we heard it a month ago. It was a red Power Glide car. Big Wendell says, needs to be bias also. I don't think it needs to be bias ply. It could be radial front, but super skinny. How long did you run the 72 millimeter pulley on the black car? One run, and it broke the rear end, and then I went back to a 75. On 95 on exit 198 to exit 208 is fresh concrete for 10 miles. Lewis, good looking out, brother. I am not going way the fuck up there, though. It can be a radial skinny, says El Coyote. Best Coyote FBO VMP tuner. Best Coyote full bolt-on VMP tuner? Joe. Joe Goodenough. King Yodi says, Alex got some lungs. VP Import. Anything, Zay with a fitty says, anything to check if my car is reading negative ignition timing with a CJ on my 19? Just look at the throttle angle, Zay with a fitty. Make sure the throttle angle isn't like 3. Because if your throttle angle at idle is high, spark becomes negative to bring down torque. Remember, guys, all these coyotes are doing is targeting torque. Targeting torque. Everything is math, torque tables, targeting torque. So if you or your tuner sets the minimum throttle angle to 2, well, spark is going to go, let me bring it down to maybe 0 or -1 so that the desired torque in that range makes sense math-wise. Now, if you lower throttle angle, spark will go up to target that torque. I hope that makes sense. Jesus. Hey, Alex, enjoying the stream. And if you want to put my car on 93, should I go empty it and fill up on 93? Also, is it worth to only have intake and exhaust? Hey, Alex, enjoyed the stream, and I want to put my car on 93. Yeah, just put 93 in it. And is it worth it going intake and exhaust? Yeah, the intake is going to make a little bit of a difference, especially in the winter months. It's going to feel zippy. It's going to sound good. And exhaust, you're going to enjoy the tone of the exhaust, and it'll make it a better driving experience. Unless you have free-flowing exhaust, you're not going to really see a big pickup in horsepower. Oh, more power, baby. SoCal Bronco says, 19 GT manual. I want a Whipple, but kind of hard to beat Beefcake's deals on Vortex. Will a 347 pulley and E85 make it get down or save for the Whipple? It'll make it get down. On a manual centrifugal, you will get down. I get down on a 3.6 and E85. I love that thing as a daily, but a 3.4, it's going to be a serious little car. You're going to hurt some feelings. I used to work 100 hours a week when I was younger to buy my S550. Zombie 50 Productions. Big Wendell says, a Big X Wendell. A Big 1G Wendell, whatever the fuck. Mars Racing is doing Lund versus PBD videos on his NA Gen 2. First video was 93 and 85 in a dyno. Next video say with drivability, quarter mile times. I hate those fucking videos because they're fucking stupid. Because all they do is conjure up drama. Let's do that comparison with 1,300 horsepower turbo cars. 1,300 horsepower, 10R80 cars. Let's do that comparison. Naturally aspirated, it's going to be similar. It's kind of hard to, you're given very minimal things to start with. So JLT intake and, a Corsa catback, big whoop-de fucking do. You can get a Bama tuner run decent. You're not really, why is anyone even watching those comparisons? It's retarded. Arthur Wilson says, since you always seem to catch my peasant chats, MIYFP. I don't know what that means. 18 Mustang GT says Wendell Collins. Does the Camlo BS you made a video about? Oh, it does that Camlo video you made a video about. Should I be worried about that before I start modding and go and boost it? It does the Camlo. It does the intake out of phasing lope. Yeah, I mean, I changed my oil and it went away. I put some 530 and the weather got colder and the stumbling went away. So I know it's a phasing issue due to oil pressure. So every time it starts to do that, I change my oil, which is about 200 to 2,500 miles. But I beat the shit out of the car, so I'm okay changing the oil that often. Alex, I'm about to LS swap my 13 GT and I want your opinion on how far from behind the ball should I measure. Just kidding. Showing support. Love both channels. Keep up the hard work. C7Z owner here. Dude, you would piss off so many people if you LS swapped an S197, but not that many people. For some reason, Fox body guys get bent out of shape. Imagine you got a 93 teal Cobra and you put a 5.3 or a 4.8 junkyard motor in it with a bumper exit turbo like a fucking cuck. They'd really hate your fucking guts. But if you did it to like a 13 GT, people go, it sucks, but whatever, But I appreciate that. C7Zs are badass cars. I can't fuck with those cars. I love them. Brian Geisler says, Alex, yes, Ignite 114 is the E90 Ignite Red. Same fuel that I'm running in my Boss fluid car that made 1,025 wheel. Great fuel. Okay, Brian Geisler, got it. Yeah, it's good fuel. I prefer ethanol 1R. That's my personal preference. And I've also had decent luck with Boy, the old FTW, man, the FTW purple was just some badass, crazy shit. And it went away. Fucking went away. Crazy shit. Pussy Pounder says, Boss Cams are Comp Stage 3 NA for a rod and pick. Comp Cam Stage 3. Comp Cam Stage 3 for everything. Turbo, blower, NA. Comp Cam NA Stage 3s for everything. Trust me. You will not regret it. Marcus Vinny says, I had insurance quote drawn up for the 13 and it was like 500 more than the 14, but they're basically the same car. Am I missing something? Maybe the 14 has more safety features than the 13 did. You know, I don't know. Usually the car that has the highest safety features or higher safety ratings are less to insure. Mr. 532 says, are you familiar with the US Shift Quick 6 6RD controller? Yes, I am. And it doesn't work for shit if you want to race it. No offense to Quick 6. Show me a 800 to 1000 horsepower 6R80 with a Quick 6 that you put it in drive, you go wide open throttle, and it hits the targeted shifts perfectly. And if you do that 5 times, drop the trans and look at the clutches, tell me how they look. If it hits the shift points, then let's look at the clutches, and then we'll go from there. I'm simply talking from experience, not from the brochure, not from this guy said, that super guy, that voodoo, that borrow swap 350, nothing. I'm going by experience. To this day, I haven't seen a high horsepower 6R80 shift in drive well with that controller. Now, if you're going to build an NA douche cruiser, douche cruise all you want with that thing. It's going to be fine. If you live in the world of racing, I would avoid it like the plague and rely on a control pack. If you see how much shit has to be adjusted on a 6R80 for it to live, pressures, clutch fill times, torque transfer times, shift schedule base, sport, everything. I don't think this little controller has it licked. Are you okay? We got him. When are you putting fuel system and 85 on the white car? Dude, SoCal Bronco soon, because I love E85. I love E85, so pretty soon. The dealership told me that the bell housing cracked my engine block. Does that make sense? It can. Is it a T56 Khalid Hassan? Rami Zaidan in the house. ¿Cómo está, hombre? Bam Bam Slow says, dude, Echo Boost on point. I think he meant Eco Boost. Felipe Hernandez said, Orale, Ale. Alex, how's the best tuner from VMP? Alex, who's the best tuner from VMP? And should I request for my full bolt on 16 GTM TD2? Please answer, Dad. Look, Joe Goodenough is the lead calibrator at VMP. Joe Goodenough is going to be the best tuner at VMP, bar none, period. Jose Delgado says, Orale, Holmes, I'm building a Gen 2 6R80 per your recommendations. You want to squabble? N-word? Flex 4, fuel, cum cams, Manly Diamond, piston, block was bored, 10 over, 350 gears, a few new supercharger out. What do you recommend? Well, I would wait a little bit because according to everything I see, VMP's 3100 seems to be pretty damn legit. There are videos circulating the interwebs of a 3100 Coyote car making 1200 plus horsepower. If that's true, if the 3.1 TVS rotor pack can make that kind of power around a properly ported, vetted case, it's going to be hard to beat. But Whipple also has their super badass CJ port, super duper derp port. Oh, what? Hey, hey Whipple, what port do you have? What port do you have? Well, we have the regular port. We have the CJ port. We got the super derp port. You know, like, it's like they got so many ports depending on your application. So depending on how much power you want to make, Jose, you want to, like, to see you want to make 1200 and how you want the power delivered, it's going to be Whipple badass port or a TVS 3100, which based on the videos that I've seen and the data, it's pretty damn legit. Mr. 532 says, it is behind a 532 big block Ford. I probably should have gone with a turbo 400. I wish I knew your first answer. Oh my God. You put a 6R80 behind a 532 big block Ford? What the are you really, Mr. 532? You did that? Dude. Now, the Quick 6 doesn't work that well, but the Quick 4 that uses that controls a 4R70, that one's fine. Because it's just a 1, 2, 3, 4 lockup. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 lockup. You know, that's it. But if you got to go 1, 2, and the clutch fill time, torque transfer time, and everything has to be commensurate, and then the oncoming and offgoing, you know, shift pressures, I don't think the Quick 6 is there yet, in my opinion. Why does 6R80 need to be a 10R80 on a roll? About 1,100 horse. The 6R80 to me is still King Daddy. You can go rounds in a 6R80, right? You can go to an event with one 6R80, do 3 or 4 qualifying. You could do 3 test passes, 3 qualifying passes, 4 or 5 rounds in it. Go home, take it apart, and it's still in good condition. I don't think you could do that with a 10R80 just yet. Diego Flores might be a brother of mine. Says channel support. Thank you very much, Diego Flores. Big Wendell says mono intake is best for wide open throttle, is what Alex has said in the past, and I'm gonna sneeze like a motherfucker. There you go. Mono intake is best for wide open throttle, is what Alex has said in the past. Big Wendell, I don't know what the hell you're saying. You're giving some fucked up advice there. I need some more info. Mr. Lee's S550 says, hey, Alex, should I swap my 315 gears with 355 with 373s? It'll be a 16 6R80 350 manifold and bolt-ons. I got 373s in them, and I love them. I love 373s in mine. 10R80 Allen says, if I don't care about drivability, is mono the way to go? Do you mean naturally aspirated or boosted? 10R80 Allen. Sounds like it's NA. Coyote says, Alex, when do you think a 29-inch tall slick is more beneficial than a 28-inch tall tire? In an IRS car making 1,300 wheel. There. Can you tell us about your experience with Ford buyback? Because I'm going through it with it. Khalid Hassan. So Khalid, part of the stipulation of me getting that deal was really not talking about it all that much. So let's just say this. My 18 was a fucking dud. It was a dud. Fuel pump, transmission, and then the engine started to rattle apart. Worked out a deal with the dealer where we went, and they got me into a 19. And all I had to do was pay the difference, which is minimal. But boom, boom, no problem. In and out. She's like a hot dog down the hallway. Should I port from behind the balls for max effort? Port from behind the balls? Root beer, what the hell are you talking about? Phil says, the Fairmont video was hilarious. Squinting at 130 from the dust. Oh, dude, that Fairmont somehow has dust from 1980 still in it. I vacuum it every wide open throttle pull, and every time I go wide, oh my God, you know what I realized? It could be from the sandbags. I might have punctured a sandbag. I went wide open throttle, and there was just shit. I need like safety. I'm going to do that. I'm getting skiing goggles, or I'm going to just wear the helmet and not have to deal with dust in my face. Because that road, I think I can go 4.7 at 60 to 130 in that road with the Fairmont. Coyote says that John Lund, $99.99. John Lund didn't give me $100. I hope not. I love you, John, but he should be. He doesn't have to give me any more money. It was, Anderson Little dropped $300. Actually, Anderson Little, I think, dropped $500. Like, he dropped a ton of dough. He's nuts. Crazy sucker. It's the headliner shit. Pussy Ponder, you're right. It is the headliner shit. I got to just rip that sucker out. And if someone knows anyone in the West Palm area that might be able to fix the headliner, I'll gladly pay to have them totally fuck with it. I'm not taking it off. I'm not doing any work. I am dropping it off somewhere. You were not moving the car. I'm not even going to give you the fucking keys to the car, so you think you could do burnouts in it. And you were fixing the whole headliner. I am not touching it. If y'all can do that, let me know. I don't care what color it is. You can make a custom graphic up there. I don't care. You could use the car as a fucking billboard for your shit shop. Fix my shit. I'll pay for it, though. I'm not here for any real reason. Basically, just here for Alex. John Lund in the house. How you doing, brother? John Lund and I are going to collaborate with the new intake effort when it comes to the blue car. I don't want that that pipe that's in the blue car right now, the intake, the GT500, that's coming off. And I might just do a giveaway. Instead of selling it, I might just give it away, a JLT 148. Once I get the proper cold air in there that I want, the way I want it to look, I'm going to probably give away a JLT carbon fiber 148 for a GT500. It's definitely the headliner, says Phil. We can fix the headliner, Katie Porter. Look, I don't want favors. I want to pay, because if I got a problem with it, I want to be able to complain. You don't even need it. It says Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden, you have any connections in China? Hey, Hunter, can you get me any hookups in China? Okay. You look, how much do I have to pay you to meet Joe Biden, the big guy? El Coyote says, Alex, you need to gap Mustang Lifestyles GT500 and your GT500. Come on, guys. That's not even fair. Why my GT500? I got the Fairmont. That's light work. Hey, Hush Money. Where you at? Hush Money. Yo. Hey, man. Hush Money. They said that the blue GT500 should race Mustang Lifestyles GT500. And that's light work for you, boy. That's light work. You want some of that smoke? Oh, you do? You want some of that smoke? Oh, yeah? You want some of that smoke? You ready? You feeling good? Making some good hits? Well, Hush Money's ready. I'm not going to give... That GT500 don't come out of the house unless it's going to like a legit race. Fuck out of here, wasting my time with that car. Do you stick to certain diet, Bicho? George Figueroa, my diet is deadly consistent. I wake up in the morning, I have coffee, eggs, maybe some bacon, and a little slice of toast. Bam, bam, bam. Lunch is going to be a healthy, good size of... What the fuck, John? What the fuck are you doing? Oh, my God. He just dropped his dick and balls. Oh. What the fuck? Anyway. And then I have a salad, a healthy, good-sized salad. Big. It's got to have chicken. It's a lot of shit. And honestly, I don't eat after that except like maybe something small like what do you call those bars where it looks like a guy's climbing a fucking mountain? Like one of those, and then maybe a little Diet Coke. I don't eat that much anymore. Caloric deficit for the win. But thank you, John Lund Senior, coming at you with another 400. He goes, Alex, this is for the police officer. You know what he needs. John? Exactly. Me and John are right here. Guys, trust me. I'm going to have some friends in the police force, and I'm going to bring you some fucking badass videos of doing stuff on the street. Bet me on that, bitch, y'all. Bet me on that. Bet me on that. Alex, my Gen 2 twin turbo car has been awesome with no complaints. Over winter, we're about to do a build trans, valve springs, and ARP studs. How hard can we push it? Well, 950, close to 1,000, but not all day long. I mean, that's if you got ARP studs, build trans, and valve springs, we might be able to push that sucker close to 1,000. I've done it a couple of stock motor cars, and they seem to be happy. 10R80 Allen says, yeah, NA 10R80, a full bolt on the 85, and I bought a CGL ready for it, but sickly weekend race car. So mono's the way to go. I got a good deal on a Twin 65, but the difference is a lot. Honestly, you don't need a mono. I don't think there's a huge difference naturally aspirated between a Twin 65 and a mono. To be honest, I think it might be a waste of money. But if you're dead set on how it looks, it should tune fine. As long as it's like the VMP 137, which is like, they also call it the 160 or the 167. I don't know. They have like 50 throttle bodies now, and it pisses me off because they're not vetted by us before they get sold. They just get made and get put out there and go, hold the bag, guys. Hey, Lund Racing, you're supposedly the best. Hold the bags. Could you let us know if you're going to fucking have a part out there? We're going to be the ones tuning it. We're going to be the ones figuring the thing out. Give us a heads up. Don't be like, oh, I came up. No. Give us a heads up. If not, what's going to happen? I'm going to say, no, I don't tune that. Get something else. So be proactive. Any part manufacturer out there, we tune the most volume by far. By far. I don't think if it's close. And I'm not bragging. I'm simply saying the truth. So if you want your part supported by the people that tune the most, You might want to run some shit by us just to get our input. That's the smart thing to do. Pussy Pound says limit or lock the cams. Limit. Do not lock them because you got to lock them at a certain point. Jeremiah Camp's in the house. Jeremiah Camp in the house. Dude, I love hanging out with Jeremiah Camp. He's so like humble and nice. And this dude is a good looking dude and super jacked. But he doesn't act like it. He's like, hey man, what's up? I really like the car and I'm having a good time out here. I come out here every Friday, I have a good time. And he records video for me and he's good company and he doesn't bother you. Like he's like, oh, I'm gonna go. And I'm like, wow. He was raised right. Parents did a good job with him. Do you stick to a certain diet, bitch? I already got that Jose Figueroa. I got DFY and I got Tenerife Allen and John Lund dropping the 400. We know what that's for. How's the red car feel, Michael? Here we go, Jeremiah Camp. I'd rather see Alex race John Doc. John Doc's car's way faster than mine. Are you insane? The black sheep, I think it's called, the Buick, the G-body. That shit's way faster than anything I got. You guys are on crack. I understand you guys are trying to look out for me and support me and shit, but you guys are on crack if you think I got anything for John Doc or even Cletus's car. Cletus legit has fast car and he knows how to race that car. It's a Power Glide, big fucking cubic inch, huge turbo car. It should go that number, dude. Is a Draggy worth a Kona Blue 5.0? Absolutely. It is deadly accurate. Deadly accurate. I know you're avoiding blower drama, but would you TVS the GT500 if the 3.1 is that legit? I don't think so because I'm avoiding blower drama. Because what happens if I put a 3.1? Okay, right now the car has a 4.5 Whipple, big stupid Whipple, or 4.0. I don't know the number, but it's a big Whipple. Makes like 30 pounds of boost. That blower does fine. I just got to get the car lighter. Car makes like 12 to 1300 horsepower. It makes a lot of power. It is heavy. Okay, so if I put the 3.1 in it, I'm going to lose, number one, probably torque. I'm probably going to lose torque in it. I'm not 100%. The motor's 10-to-1 compression. It's a slightly higher compression bump. I actually got the build sheet today. So if I put a 3.1 in it and it makes more power and it runs better, well, guess who's going to be going, hey, Alex, you want to try this blower? And I'm like, now I've stepped into the blower wars. Right now, the blower that is on it did not come from the factory that way. It has been modified by the first owner, Brian, and he got it to Wilson manifolds, ported the lower. So in my opinion, that's its own little thing. So I'm not representing any brand. That's how it came. But if I start putting a TVS on it and making 1400 wheel and it runs better, I'd rather avoid the drama. Yeah, I might go 2/10 quicker, but it comes with fucking drama. I don't want any drama. I just want to race and be left alone. Lisandro Lopez says, what's the best gear ratio for road racing in a 10 or 80 car? 315. I know a lot of 355 cars get out, but I think 315 at the end of the day always ends up working out. Yeah, exactly. See, at 135 to 140, you have nothing left. And you psychopaths in Mexico race to 160. So 315 is the way to go, in my opinion. I Swallow Cum says I should keep the 315 in my car, right? It's a Gen 3 built 10R80, mainly street stuff, but we'll be getting tracking at Texas 2K. Yes, I Swallow. Gen 3, keep the 315s. Abso-freaking-lutely. Hunter Walker says 7.3 at like 186 for the twin turbo S197 and 7.6 something like that for Ruby. Twin turbo Coyote came around on the big end. Yes, that's true. It's a good race. Warlord Rawl says I got a 15 GT and I went 295, 35, 19 in the rear, 255, 40, 19 up front, and I'm getting this wobble and shake in the rear end. Is that because of the size differential or no? I don't think it's a size differential. You might want to check your alignment because that's a wide tire. Not that wide. I have a 305, 35, 20 in my car. So make sure that your alignment's on point. I don't know how cambered your rear is because when my car has Ibach Pro Kit and it's slightly cambered like this, but I don't feel any wobbling or anything. And I have it's a staggered setup. I got 305, 35, 19, 20s in the rear, and I got like 255s in the front, similar to you, but 20 inch. And I don't get anything like that. So you might want to check your alignment, in my opinion. Ashley Fox says, Calmero runs low fives, high fours in the eighth. Exactly. So that's probably good for the GT500. The GT500 and Calmero would probably be a good race. My Fairmont runs 550s in the eighth and 870s. Maybe it'll run 850s, but I don't think it'll be low fives, high fours. No way. Mike and Sun Garage says, Alex, in your opinion, a certain green 2020 GT500 out there blew up. And his motor, he tested the 85 and it came back with good 80%. Do you think it was tune related? Again, I'm not going to say anything. Nickel White says, what's up, Alex? What's up, Nickel White? Even though you're getting tuned by someone else, the 10R80 car gets tuned by someone else. What's up? Seeing you play both sides. We don't play both sides, Nickel White. Warford Rawl says, that's Phil. What's up with those headers? These headers are those. So, what's probably going to happen in the Fairmont is this. I'm probably going to run an 850 or an 840 in the Fairmont. And then I'm probably going to sell the Edelbrock Supercharger. Because I want to go turbo in that car. Why do I want to go turbo in that car? Because I don't have a turbo car. So maybe some twins. Because these are the Holley, very cheap, but pretty well made. Guess what's on the Grey Goose, guys? Yeah, the Grey Goose has these, and it went 740s, and it makes like a bazillion horsepower. So I'm more than likely going to relocate the alternator using the Power by the Hour kit, get these on, and I'm going to just say, Mikey, make me a twin turbo kit, and just to fuck around, because I think the Fairmont can really get it on the street with a set of turbos. It's fine with a supercharger. I think it's very quick. And once it runs 850s or quicker, I think I'll be good. But I don't have a turbo car, and why not fuck around with turbos if I can swing it? And I will only do it if I can sell the supercharger to cover the cost of the labor and the turbo upgrades going forward. Yeah, it'll be turbo time more than likely for the Fairmont, because that's the cool car. To me, that's the cool car. The GT500 is my car, the car that I'm going to just race with. I'm going to go to events. I'm going to make it lighter, probably get some doors, light in the front end, get it light, optic armor, all that shit, but make it look the same. I don't want to change the appearance of the car. And then I want to be able to go 770s, 760s consistently with that car. And that's all I want with that car. That's all. And then once in a while, go to Cars and Coffee and show off like a douchebag. But the Fairmont is my bottom bitch. I love the Fairmont, and I like driving the Fairmont a lot. And if I can get twin turbos in the Fairmont and make 1,000, 1,100 without even sneezing at it, you know I'm going to do that. And it's not going to see the track that much. I'm not going to be bumping in like an asshole. It'll just be a street car that I fuck around with. Twin turbo got good. That way we get a turbo content from the best. Yeah, that's what I want to do. The only thing I don't have is a turbo car. I have a centrifugal car, NA car, blower car, drag car. I want twin turbos just to give you my experiences with twin turbo content versus what I can provide versus, based on what we know. Lund Racing has a ton of data. Jake from Power by the Hour is one of the best turbo guys I know. So, and Mike Chamberlain is one of the best fabricators available to me. So why not go out there and help the brother out? And get some content and get turbos on the Fairmont. That'd be cool. Make all the whooshy noises. Swooshy, swooshy noises. Someone said no love for Donnie, but I don't see Donnie in here. I don't think I see Donnie. If I saw Donnie in here, I would have said hello. Twin Nagasaki boys, no. Blue 50 Blue this week in Sacramento, California. You know anything about it? 3rd gen, CJ setup for the win. Fuel block crack. No, I don't know anything about that car, sir. Utah County Picasso's page says big turbos, top end all day. Exactly. Nathan Meckler says, hey, Alex, does the inlet side port velocity pre-rotor on a PD blower have any effect on the torque curve? It does. Example, would a crusher inlet Whipple push the torque curve rightward on the graph versus a standard left? I believe so, because I think once you port everything, you move the graph to the right. You move the graph to the right. You're basically, torque is boost is a measure of restriction, right? So if you port something, you technically lower the restriction, aka lower boost, but then you have to pulley down to make the same amount of boost, which makes a ton more power. I think the torque curve moves to the right all the time, most of the time, when you start porting anything. I think pre-rotor. I might be 100% wrong on that, but I'm going based on what I've seen. When someone says, hey, I got a ported blower, and I go, okay, get me a watt log. I'm like, well, torque is down, but horsepower is way up. I'm simply going by data that I've received on my end. All right, I'm going to get out of here. It's an hour and a half already. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to sit here and just, overstay my welcome, but I've given you a lot of content this week. I gave you me getting pulled over and getting a huge ticket on Friday or Saturday. Then GT500 content. Did you guys hear that motherfucker idle? Just the beginning of the video is just blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you know what? I'm a total fucking gay guy when it comes to that shit. Listening to that sucker idle. I'm waiting for the title to come in. Once the title comes in, I'm going to drive it. I'm going to get you videos just driving around, going through Chick-fil-A, doing just the gayest shit. And then eventually get it to a track, get it to an event, and really start dialing the car in to see if I can make it a very consistent 7-second car. That is the goal. It has all the chops, all the safety mechanisms, all the safety measures. It's ready to go. In Zane, who says good night, Alex, says impending disaster says audio sounds good. Warlord says that's the wheel hub. Michael Charles says, I know Alex isn't about it, but I can picture that Fairmont hood dumps, wastegated dumps, throwing fucking fire out the hood in my head. You are not that far off, but we'll see. I don't want to start cutting holes in the hood or anything like that. Kyle Brandon, daddy in the house. Hope all is well, Alex, and hope everyone in the chat. Also, hope the Lund team is doing well. Kyle Brandon, I received the Dead Hook sweater. Thank you very much. I received the Steeda rear crash bar. Thank you very much. I really appreciate Kyle Brandon. Does a lot of supporting on the backside that a lot of you guys don't know about. I just want to make it known that that guy legitimately supports. He was the one that started the big donations, and I appreciate that about him. And he was the one that actually sends traction compound to Power by the Hour, shirts and everything. Huge, huge supporter. Thank you very much. So I want to thank him. I want to thank John Lund. I want to thank, who's the other guy that sends $1 bazillion? Anderson Little, and everyone else that donated. Jose Delgado, Shane, John Boy, Eric Vega, Phil, Poor Boy, Copacetic Lifestyle, Jay Fine, everyone that supports the channel. Thank you very much. I'm humbled by everything you guys do. So I'm going to try to bring you more content. Fairmont is running good, so I'm going to start fucking around with that. I might do a dig run in the concrete in the Fairmont to see if I can run 9s. That's the next goal. Can the Fairmont run 9s on the street with the draggy? That's going to be the next test. I guarantee that's going to be a bunch of fun. It's going to be really hard to get that sucker to hook out of the hole. But that's going to be my next goal. Then I'm going to start getting the red car lighter. And once the title comes in for the GT500, we'll start ripping that sucker on the street, get it to the track, get you all the content possible. So look out for all that content coming up soon. Thanks for everyone that supports the channel. You guys know what happens tomorrow. Those of you that follow the other channel, I will see you guys there tomorrow. For the rest of you guys, keep on the lookout for some more content on this channel. And again, watch the Valley Racing channel. And thanks again to Brandon Vargas for getting me the video for the F-150. And congrats to Midnight and everyone involved in that F-150 getting close to beating the F-150 record, which is like an 864 because that truck ran 865. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good night. Talk to you later.